or whatever time of day you're watching. It's me, Andrew Purcell, aka Andrew Purcell Music, with headphones. This video, plus a couple of others that will come down the track, is aimed at people who are just about to buy their first electric or acoustic guitar. Because I have had years of experience of buying CAC. And they were expensive. So the argument that cheap guitars are shit, no. You've got to have a bit of knowledge. You've got to be able to have been around the block a bit. So this is to stop your children or your middle-aged crisis person from buying £1,000 guitar and realising that it doesn't make a jot of difference when they could have bought something for 70 quid. We've all seen them. This all started, the idea behind this was that Fender, the new CEO, sent out letters saying, you must cease and desist from copying Stratocasters, Telecasters and Jaguars and all sorts and Esquires and all the rest of it. Well, the thing is that everybody's gone, yeah right, come on. Because basically Fender's quality control has basically come under question to the point where people are saying it just doesn't exist, as opposed to other manufacturers have upped their game. And the copy companies have done a lot better replicating the guitars that Fender were building in America. Excuse me, I'm sorry. So from my point of view, I'm a Strat and Tele person as a rule. People look for mid-80s Japanese Teles, Strats. They also look for Mexican ones as well. Why? Because they were built better and the quality control was exceptional. However, you can get cheap Fender guitars if you know where to look. Now, the one I've got in my hand at the moment is a Squier. It's a Squier Telecaster. And I bought this when my previous Squier Strat, which was my backup guitar and was playing live, fell apart basically. So I needed something else. And I've always wanted a Tele. I love Telecasters, they're great. You can really bash the shit out of them. They'll stay in tune and they'll never let you down unless the quality control's okay. And this one, I took a risk. I got it off eBay and I bought it 2015, 70 quid. Now, this particular one, the serial number makes it made 2010 or 2000. I reckon it's more 2010 than 2000. I could be wrong. So it could be what? 16 or 26 years old. So it's got a bit of age about it. It's not like a full-sized American Telecaster, obviously not. And it's been through some changes in its time because things rot and things piss them off basically. So, first of all the tuning pegs had to be changed because one broke in half. So I had to change that. The other thing is, this is a bugbear of mine. You'll hear people in shops going on about hard Tele Strats and hard Tele Telecasters, which means that you feed the string through here, up through there and across. And I'm sorry, but I have total and utter empathy with diabetics who have to jab their fingers, because each time you put the string through, guess what? Bang, 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 ouch, that's smart. It's not a good idea. So I got the little guitar shop in Hockley to do that. I put the strings through the body and I had to replace oh sorry, they had to replace this thing here, the ashtray, what some people call it, this bit here. That's all I've had to do. I haven't changed the pots, I haven't changed the pickups, and it's growing old nicely. So then, kiddies, or the parents of kids who are watching this, what would be the advice we're after? Well, obviously, the two big people on the planet right now who are making guitars fly off the wall, you won't guess. I'll give it a second. Have a guess. Which two people are making guitars fly off the wall? No? Taylor Swift and Noel Gallagher. Really? Because Oasis have reformed. Noel's got his big Gibsons. Dad, I want one of them. Taylor Swift's got an acoustic. Mum, I want one like that. They cost shed loads. So, when you take your offspring off to buy a guitar, the first thing is get a bit of knowledge behind you. Read everything thrice before you even step in the shop, because some guitar shops will be, you know, looking to make a big sale, and some will be overly helpful. That's the thing. You've got to have a bit of knowledge behind you. And as a 63-year-old international music sensation who's an old fart at these things, who's made many mistakes down the years buying gear, get as much information and advice first. So I don't have a 335 Gibson here at all. I've never had one. I do have an extremely cheap acoustic over here, so I'll put my cheap Telecaster down, but we'll come back to this in a second. Slick. See this? This is a bottom of the range Fender acoustic. Bottom of the range. 70 quid I got this for in the local post office. It was just there, standing there, so I thought I'll buy it. Simple chords, simple finger picking. It'll do. I've got to stop banging the microphone stand. The thing is, it's dirt cheap. But strings. Now here's the thing, you've got to change the strings, you've got to learn how to tune them up, you've got to learn how to set the action and things. For a young person who's starting out, they'll struggle with strings that are high off instead of like that, and they'll get disheartened and they can't do what they're doing. Simple things. When you go in the shop, look for the size of that. Yeah, and look how high the strings are off the neck. Two things. And also the strings themselves. I did get a cheap set of strings. The trouble is, being an electric guitar player more than an acoustic one, I mean, I haven't had an acoustic in my house for well over 20 odd years, and when I got one and I put the strings on, all I could hear was squeak, 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 and I thought, am I really that shit? No, the answer is the maker of the strings were wrong. So I'm looking for flat round strings on an acoustic because they squeak less, and for me as well, with my stubby little fingers, don't forget I'm 6'3", but my fingers are body dysmorphic, okay? My fingers aren't the size of somebody who's 6'3". Done it again. As opposed to Nigel, who's got massive fingers. And you can tell the way I play. And I'll show you another reason why. So these are things to consider. Let's put the cheap one back. I'll come back over here to the cheap Telecaster. Now, it's better to buy things in the shop, so you can touch it, feel it. Do you feel as though it's part of your psyche, man, or whatever whatever phrase comes to mind? But basically, guitars become part of you and you become part of them. This one took a while. I originally had heavier strings on, tuned it to open D. That was my slide guitar. It's now in open G. The strings are slightly lighter for slide, but this guitar was 70 quid and I've spent 70 quid on it. Right? 140 quid for a Squier Telecaster, and it's part of me. I have seen people, yeah, I've bought this broadcaster or no caster or this caster or that caster. Fine, great. I'm glad you've got £25,000 to go and buy a 1954 no broadcaster, no caster, Telecaster, whatever, from Manny's in wherever. This thing, I've written quite a good few songs on, and they've got likes and they've got views, so it means a heck of a lot to me, and it doesn't cost the earth. You've just got to know what you're looking for, and I hope that by posting this, it's not don't shell out hundreds and thousands on gear at the get-go. Try everything 3, 4, 5 times. Annoy the people in the guitar shop. Yes, I know that Taylor Swift plays this guitar and Noel's got his big Gibson. Ultimately, it will be about you finding your guitar, and cheap guitars do cut it. This one, I'm lucky. I got lucky with it. I bought it off eBay. It's preferable to go in the shop and get one, but I just saw this one online and I just looked at it and I went, mine. It's one of them things. Maybe it's because I see ghosts and there might have been some psychic connection. Who knows? But yeah, I can't live without this guitar. I can't live without it. It's just great. It's a part of me. And what more do you want? So ultimately, what have I just covered? So yeah, the Fender thing, nah, I'm sorry, but Fender need to up their game. If Squier, their budget model, is outperforming their mainline stuff, you've got to ask questions about that. The second thing is, you don't have to go in and buy the same kind of guitar that your heroes are buying. Yes, it's nice if you can afford it, but you could be very disappointed because you can't play like them yet or ever. Okay? It would be like me going into a shop buying a Kramer Frankenstrat copy and trying to play Eruption. I can't do Eruption. My two-hand tapping is absolutely amateur. It's awful, right? But that hasn't stopped me from putting the gain on and ripping it up or anything. You'll find your own level. So, cheap guitars, A, aren't shit. B, don't always go for the big move. Go and look for a copy. You never know. You might strike lucky, even if it's on eBay and not in the shop. And D, read everything, get lots of advice before you go tanking in there, opening up mummy's purse or daddy's wallet, or raiding your pension to go and buy something big, and then realising it's not about that. You've got to put some hours in. You've got to practice scales, practice modes, learn to tune the guitar, learn some basic setup stuff before you take it back to the shop. That's what it's all about. watch for the next episode. That one will be interesting as well. Bye.